Hi, how are you? So, you guys have heard from several other people regarding their whys and why they started their Pampered Chef business. And I'm sure you caught on by now. This is basically an event to give you bunches of information and talk to you about how wonderful our company is and how much we enjoy our businesses. So, I'm not going to change that plan. I'm going to go ahead and share with you as well. So, we have four boys, and we now have four grandchildren and a bonus grandchild. And so we just have a fun time with them. But when I started my business, I started it in 2010. At that point in time, we had three in high school and one in elementary school. There's a 6 year gap between the third and the fourth. So my schedule was crazy. I had just gotten laid off of a job that had me traveling Monday through Friday, home weekends only, and there was no way I was going to go full time again. That was just insane. We put up with that for almost 2 years and it just about wrecked us. So we needed something else. And I had been told for several years that I should do Pampered Chef. And I had had another sales experience in the past, which we won't talk about, except to say that it was not the right fit. And you may have tried something else in the past too, and if it's not the right fit, it just doesn't work. So people kept telling me I should do this, and I kept saying, yeah, thanks, no thanks. I'm never going to do sales again. Well, be careful what you say. So one lady in particular had called me out of the blue. She'd been to a Pampered Chef show, and she said, oh my gosh, Kara, I don't even know what your circumstances are, but you would be so good at this. You're talking about cooking all the time. And I did the same kind of thing. I said, yeah, thanks, no thanks. So years later, I ended up running into her again. And so I'll tell you, remind me to tell you about that again in just a second. Like you can respond. Anyway, so I went ahead and decided to go to a party with a friend of mine. I'll go if you go kind of thing. And we went to the party, and this person that was the consultant was fantastic. Not the perky, crazy, sales pitchy type of thing. Lots of energy, though. Lots of fun and very down to earth and just informative and cooking and fun. So he will tell you I recruited myself. I did not. It's his fault. But I went to him and asked him a couple of questions, and I did say, I think I want to do this. So I did. I went home and talked to my husband. He says, if that's what you want to do, great, go for it. And so I did. So, like I said, years later, I ran into that same person again. And she was not a close friend. She's what we call a bleacher friend. And if you got kids in sports, you don't see the other parents except for when you're sitting on the bleachers every season. So you may not see them the entire off season, but the next year you get together. It's kind of like seeing a cousin. And it's like, hey, how you doing? And you just pick right up from where you left off. And that was her. So she actually happens to attend the Y that I am also a water instructor at. And we talked one day, and she goes, I have no idea why that came into my mind. I just strongly knew I needed to call you and tell you I thought you'd be great at doing Pampered Chef. And I said, well, 10 years later, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. So it'll actually be 12 years for me this June. So it has been crazy. So you may not have come into this event even thinking about this. And like I said, you may have tried something in the past that didn't work for you. But this is such a great offer this month to give it a try for $25. It's kind of hard to pass up. So just keep that in mind and think about it. And if it's not for you, totally understand, but I also want you to consider thinking about who might come to mind while you're hearing all these different scenarios. Because again, it might be like me. I had to hear it a bunch of times to get it through my head that this is something I should probably consider. And I'm so glad I did. The flexibility is incredible. Having your own schedule and being able to work around your schedule. As a matter of fact, you guys are watching this recorded because today, Saturday, when you're watching this, is actually going to finally be our Christmas. We have family about an hour and a half from us, and we did not get a chance to have Christmas with them because COVID was going through the ranks, and we obviously had to stay apart. And so everyone's fine, but we didn't get to have our Christmas. So I'm having time with my family today having Christmas. So I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you're having a great day watching all our videos. And I would love to have you join into the Pampered Chef family with whichever consultant invited you in. The kits are amazing. You're going to see pictures of the kits. You're going to hear more information from people. And you know what? The cool thing is you can just give it a shot. You can just give it a try. If it's not for you, we ask that you just do a few shows to get your feet wet, to see what it's like and what it's all about. And you've heard people falling in love with it. And if you don't, and it's not the right fit, then you can just be done and you get to keep all those products. Super, super crazy cool, right? All right, you guys, again, have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for joining our event, Winterfest, and we hope to hear from you soon.